Hello everybody, I hope you are well. I've recently been asked a question around how I actually went about the sales process for my Nissan Leaf that I sold very recently. So how did the transaction take place? And how did I make sure that it was a safe and secure transaction and actually also a safe handover of the vehicle? So it was the first time for me that I'd ever sold an electric car, or any car for that matter. What I did was, when I found a buyer, I'd met them, felt comfortable with them, and I should reiterate really that this is my experience of selling a car, and I'm sure that many other people have different experiences and also may go about the sales process in a slightly different way, i.e. the financial transaction. So I'd met the couple, we'd agreed on a price. I needed to make sure that I had a deposit from them so that on the one hand they were reassured that I would remove the car from any websites, or I would stop doing any promotion of the fact that I had a car to sell. And also for my reassurance, I needed to make sure that they were serious about buying my car, because I needed to sell it in order to fund the deposit for the Kia e-Niro that I'm sitting in now. So we agreed on a deposit of £100. I sent them my bank details, and sure enough, that evening I checked and there was the deposit monies from my buyer. I immediately, as I had promised I would do, removed the car from the EcoCars website, asked JP to remove it from the EcoCars website, also took down the ad from Auto Trader. I'd also put it on Facebook Marketplace and in some groups on Facebook, so I made sure to mark those as the car having been sold. I then had to agree with my buyer the date on which they would come and pick up the car and essentially take ownership of the vehicle. So that had to be timed quite carefully. I had to find out from the Kia dealer, the wonderful Mark White at Kia in Derby, the date on which my new car would be delivered. I pretty much need a car because I do most of the school runs with my children and all the other kind of shopping trips and essential trips for which I need a car. I can walk up to school and back with my children, however that takes 2 hours out of my day, so I work full time, so I can't afford to do that every day. I was lucky in that I had the confirmation that my new car would be delivered on the Friday, and I agreed with the buyer that they could come and collect my Nissan Leaf on the Wednesday. So I would only be left essentially with one whole day and one morning, of needing to do the school run on foot, which actually I love doing, and there's nothing I would like more than to do the school run on foot every single day of the week. But for my situation, that's just not practical. So what I also needed to make sure of was that I had received the outstanding monies for my Nissan Leaf from the buyer. So that needed to appear in my bank account before I handed over the cars and the key. So keeping in touch with the buyer, had a message from them on the Wednesday afternoon or Wednesday morning that they'd done the bank transfer into my account. Sure enough, about 2 hours later, I checked and the money was in there. So we were all good to go as far as I was concerned. And they came over that evening, children in tow, to pick up the car, and it was sad to see Lexi go, but do you know what? Such a lovely family. It's their first electric car, and I was just over the moon for them. So myself and the children waved goodbye. My daughter had already given the car a big hug, that morning, so she'd said her goodbyes, and off she went, and that was it. So really pleased actually with the whole process. It was a great learning experience, first time for me, and yeah, relatively straightforward actually. So feel very grateful for that. I'm sorry I'm a little bit under the weather at the moment, so you'll have to excuse my my voice. But yeah, and so the Kia e-Niro turned up on the Friday, as you may know from my previous videos, and I found a new button on it that I am so excited about, that I hadn't even noticed before. I'm looking at it now, and I'm going to do a video all about this one button because I think it's just out of this world. Okay, so watch out for that coming up soon, I hope. Hope this has been useful. Please subscribe and look after yourselves. Bye now.